200,000 DCP. We're finally gonna do it today because earlier I was sitting like 15,000 away from 200k, but then I was like, you know what? I could just pop some sigils on my dragons and enchant some dragons. So earlier I went through and enchanted and sigiled a lot of dragons. So now we're here at 199976. Of course, we've also got Moth and the final one, Mr. Dark Hunter, to get. Of course, Pinata is a legendary, and we will be able to breed him, but we need to have Runestone and Panda ready. But we'll get to that in a second, because first we need to actually hit that 200,000 mark. So, the nice and easy, simple way to do this is, again, either with sigils, which I used all of my useless rares on dragons, or you can also enchant dragons, and I've got some legendaries here, and just level 1 enchantment will help us out, because again, you don't need to go to enchantment level 2, because that's when the higher grade materials start getting used. So this is what I did. But with most of the epics, I popped them up to level 3, because, again, you don't need to use the high grade mats to pop them up to that point. But just with non-enchanted legendaries, barely costs anything, really. I've got lots and lots of spare materials, so I'm just going to do one more, and that should be enough. That should make me happy. Mike, have you done it for me? There we go. Now we are at 200 and, well, almost 200,100. Which is, it's very annoying saying numbers like this. But anyway, we are now here. So if we go and click that, it says breeding token. Start breeding the Pinata dragon immediately. The Pinata dragon becomes breedable less until successful breeding. So there's no dedicated time where we have to breed this dragon. I could just do it anyway, because YOLO. But we don't have to breed him straight away if we don't want to. But of course I'm going to do that. So we've got Runestone and Panda being the combination that we have to use. And of course I do have both of those dragons already. If we do take a look at DML Planner, this is about a 1.75% chance with an average misbreed time of 6 hours. But of course there are lots of dragons. Well, quite a lot of them anyway. There's also the chance to breed the sun, which is kind of bad. But if we needed the sun, it wouldn't be too horrific, right? But I guess we'll go and try for a breed now, because why not? So let's go and try and breed together a Runestone and Panda in this second breeding then. Could also use a double egg relic as well, if we wanted to. But, you know, it takes a lot of time to build up your DCP. And, you know, an extra 15k from sigils really isn't too bad, so I don't mind it. So yes, these are all the possible dragons that we can breed with this combination. There is the Pinata's egg sitting off on that side. So we'd be looking for a 2-day breeding time, because that's the same for all legendaries, but even if I did, we wouldn't know whether it was Pinata or the sun. So this is a really bad time to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, because YOLO, I don't care. Should we do it? Should we do it? Let's go. And obviously, we're not going to get it first time, because why would we? Okay, I just had to watch some Asphalt ads, but we're back. It's attempt number 2. Any luck here? Any lucks? No, another... Well, I guess it's kind of lucky, because we got another really short timer, but not going to work out, is it, Mr. Pinata? Okay, next attempt. Game. Do you want to work with me? Game, another attempt. Look, we might be doing this for 50 times, but, you know, it's all part of the fun, part of the thrill, and... oh, another 1 hour timer. Game! Pinata, Pinata, Pinata. Damn it. Baby Pinata, do you hear me? Do you hear me? It doesn't. Okay, this is actually last attempt. Not gonna go against it. This is actually last attempt for today. Pinata. Wow. I didn't expect that to work. Okay, I think we got pretty lucky in the end, and the sun didn't end up coming up at any point, but there he is in all of his glory. 1 day, 14 hours. Took all that time getting to 200,000 DCP, and we've already got him. How the tides have tabled today. Well, you know, maybe my persistence has paid off, considering how many attempts I did. Look at all of these dragons! I just have to wait for them all to hatch now in the hatchery. Jeez. But anyway, that is, of course, Mr. Pinata. We're not going to be able to breed for him anymore now that we already have one. So, I'm happy. Now our next goal is, of course, Moth, which means that we need another 50,000, which that's going to take a while. Especially since most of my dragons are enchanted and my dragons are all covered in sigils now. Like, genuinely, in equipped sigils, like, all of them have sigils. It's like not a single dragon without sigils anymore. So, that moth's gonna take a while, but we'll get there eventually. But, anyway, that is Mr. Pinata. Again, if you do want to increase your own DCP, just as it says, your DCP score is the sum of all your dragon's levels, rarity, enchantment levels, and sigils. There's no other quick way of increasing DCP apart from breeding new dragons, leveling them up, giving them sigils, enchantment stars, which for newer players you have to breed new dragons and get new event dragons. So Ancients and Divines are very, very good for this. So obviously Ancients and Divines increase it by quite a lot. This is the full board of increasing DCP, so commons give 10, for example, Ancients and Divines 400, bosses 250, legendaries 200, and this is how all of it is worked out, essentially. So times that by how many dragons you've got, it's a lot of points. A lot of points. And then this shows you your collect score for sigils. If anyone had legendary, that adds 5,000, which is insane. But you can see all of this in game. But genuinely, if you are a new player, just try and breed as many new dragons as you can and get those event dragons. That's about it. And then it's just a very, very long con waiting game of getting the resources and getting a lot of dragons. So I've got 685 dragons and I've reached 200,000 DCP with my resources. So best of luck, and I will see you soon, Mr. Pinata. Enjoy your breedings in there, Mr. Runestone and Panda.